Hello everybody, Elmic91 here again with some more Warhammer battle reports. It looks like it's not going to be any fantasy for a little while. Haven't been able to get any games in, and my friends who play fantasy have been off and away at colleges throughout the state. So unfortunately, I'm going to have, for you fantasy fans, not much going on. But anyway, I have two 40k games going up. This is the first one that I played over the weekend. It's 1,500 points, Imperial Guard versus Blood Angels, pitched battle, kill points, nothing special about it. So let's get started. So here is my army. On the bottom of the screen, it looks like a Moloch that's actually a Valkyrie, or excuse me, a Vendetta, or it should be anyway. But we don't have two of the models, and the Imperial Guard list. There's a lot of proxies, so sorry if that bothers any of you guys. But we're all poor college students, so most of our models are stuff we had back in high school, or are just things that we can afford every once in a while. So we got the Moloch. It has the same base as a Vendetta, so I'm not too worried about it. Then right above that is a Lehman Russ. It looks like a battle tank, but it's actually a demolisher. So the strength 10 AP2 large blast. It has plasma cannon sponsons with a heavy bolter in the front. Then behind that, in the back there, the Rhino and the Predator. Those are actually two Hydra autocannon tanks. And in front of them, I have three Chimeras. There's just the dark green one, the black one, and then the Lehman. Oh no, I'm sorry, two Chimeras. The dark green one and the black one, and they each have a 10-man squad of veterans with melta guns. And then the last Lehman Russ there, that's an executioner, so the plasma cannon one, and it also has plasma cannon side sponsons as well as a heavy bolter. And then at the very top is a Vendetta. That one has another squad of veterans, but that one has plasma guns. And oh yeah, and the Vendetta at the bottom, the Moloch, that one has my company command squad, and they have plasma guns. So two Vendettas with plasma gun guys, two Chimeras with melta gun guys, two Lehman Russes, and two Hydras. And then on his side of the deployment, this is one of his first times playing Blood Angels, so he's still getting used to the army list. He's never really played Space Marines. Normally he plays Dark Eldar, so again, there's going to be a lot of proxies here. On the left side is an assault squad with a Sanguinary Priest. The Sanguinary Priest is the captain guy that comes with Assault on Black Reach, since he doesn't have any models for that. Then to the right, he has a Ball Predator. And then right next to them is another assault squad with a Sanguinary Priest and a Librarian in power armor. On his far right here, he has a Vindicator, and on the very far right, that's another Predator, another Ball Predator. So this is these are scout moves. So I scouted up my Vendetta on the left, the Moloch Vendetta. So it's scouted up. He scouted up his Ball Predator as well. And then on the far right, I scouted up my other Vendetta and turned it around to face the back armor or the side armor of the Predator and the Vindicator. So I rolled first turn. So this is my movement. I moved my Lehman Russ on the side to start shooting at the assault squad over there on the left. I just I moved my Chimeras up 12 inches to get and then pop smoke. I like playing veterans really aggressive like that. Just get them up in your enemy's face. If they blow them up, fine. But if not, then they have a bunch of melta guns to deal with. And then I moved up my Lehman Russ on the right. That's the plasma cannon one. So I moved it up. I'm going to try and shoot at the assault squad in the very backfield there. And I left my Hydras alone in the back because I figured they were fine. So this is after shooting. Since he's behind cover, I didn't really get a whole lot of wounds on him with my Lehman Russes. I did a couple. I think there's 2 or 3 there. And then with my, I think I shot my Hydras. Either my Hydras or the melta guns in my Chimeras. I might have only moved 6 of the Chimeras, I don't remember. But anyway, I managed to get them immobilized on the Predator. That's in the middle. And then the Executioner shot these guys. I had a bit better luck because the 5 plasma cannon shots, it's going to do some damage on Marines. So did some damage there, and because it's AP2, he doesn't get feel no pain either. And as you can see, the Moloch's right there. In the movement phase, I turbo boosted it over. I guess it's called moving flat out, but it's the same thing. 24 inches over there, just to get the cover save and give myself some more options for later. So this is the overview of the board at the end of my first turn of my movement. The Predator's up there in the middle, got immobilized. Everything else is as you can see it. So this is the start of the Blood Angels turn 1. He had a Furioso Dreadnought in reserve. coming in from a drop pod. So that massive D20 there, that's a drop pod. The Furioso has blood talons and a grappling hook thing, whatever that's called, the Magna Grapple, I think. So he deep struck it right there. He moved his Librarian squad up behind cover next to his Predator. Pretty good idea. And then he backed up his Ball Predator on the far right here to attack my Vendetta on the side with its assault cannons. And on his left flank, he just moved up his Marines into cover. He doesn't want to get them out of cover because otherwise the Leman Russ is just going to unload on it. So he's moving up kind of cautiously with them. This is the shooting phase now. So his Dreadnought goes ahead and grapples my Space Marine, or excuse me, not my Space Marines, they look like Space Marines, one of my Hydras. He manages to get a can't shoot next turn effect on it, but otherwise, I mean, he pulls it into himself, but he can't assault this turn because he used Deep Strike, and he only has Blood Talons anyway, so, I mean, I wasn't too concerned. It was kind of cool, though. Then he blows up this Chimera with the Predator, because it was immobilized. I wasn't able to get it to not shoot. So that Chimera blows up, and the 10-man Veteran Squad comes out, the 3 Meltagun guys. He also manages to blow, or not blow up, he manages to destroy the Vendetta on the top right, unfortunately, even though I had the 4-up cover save. Or no, I didn't have the 4-up cover save because I didn't move him at all. So I was easy pickings, and then my Veteran Squad with the plasma guns, they all have to deploy. So this is the start of my turn 2. In my reserves, I had a squad of 7 Stormtroopers. I had a couple points left over, and I think they're really fun to use. I gave them the special rule where they can reroll their scatter dice, and since they have the AP3 las guns, I figured, going against Marines, might as well try them out and see how they work out for me. So I went ahead and deep striked them right there next to his Librarian squad, try and shoot him and see if I could do anything. I moved the Veteran Squad he just blew up from the Chimera back into cover there. I'm going to try and take care of that Dreadnought and that drop pod with those Meltaguns, because I figure I have the other Veteran Squad that can, use their Meltaguns up top there, so I don't really need them up where they were. So this is the shooting phase. I go ahead and just Meltagun the Dreadnought. I managed to blow off its Magna Grapple and give it a cannot move or shoot as well. Over here, I believe I must have shot my Executioner at his Predator. Unfortunately, all I managed to do to it is a cannot move or shoot, which I'm okay with. It stops it for 1 turn at least. Over here, I unload the Leman Russ Demolisher onto this squad. He gets cover again, so I only do a couple more casualties, but everything counts against Assault Marines. Start of his turn 2, he also, coming in from reserve, he had a Storm Raven. I know it's a Dark Eldar flyer, I know, yeah, we're using a lot of proxies. We use what we have. So he goes ahead and brings in his Storm Raven. There's nothing in it, but it has the twin-linked las cannon and multi-melta, so I'm thinking that Leman Russ might be toast there pretty quick. Oh, and also last turn I forgot to move that Veteran Squad, so they're sitting out in the open. He goes ahead and moves these Assault Marines up to try and finally close quarters with my vehicles. He brings his Librarian Squad out from behind that building on the right. I think I liked what he did here because it gave him some options. He got to try and toast my Chimera or assault my Stormtroopers in the back. So we'll see what he does. The Stormbolter from the drop pod shoots at the veterans that are back here in cover, and I think it kills 1 or 2. So he decides to Meltagun the Chimera, and yeah, easily takes care of it. Yeah, the assault squads each had 2 Meltaguns. That easily takes care of it, so now my veterans there, I think he got an explode results, it looks like I lost 2 veterans from the explosion, and now they have to deploy and cover. They passed their pinning test, though. And over here with the Storm Raven, that's where that base is up there, he only manages to get an immobilized result, so the Leman Russ can still fire all of its plasma cannons next turn, so I'm pretty happy about that. Predictably, he goes ahead and assaults the Imperial Guard that just got blew up in the Chimera. I figure I'm not holding out any hope to do anything in that assault. He's pretty much has that one. But that's what's great about Imperial Guard. Even though your tanks get blown up, your guys are so expendable it honestly doesn't matter. So yep, there's that little blast template. There was the cover that he was just assaulting into. So he makes short work of the Veteran Squad, and he gets a 6-inch after combat movement consolidation move. So he goes in behind cover. So now this is the start of my turn 3. I go ahead and bring the Vendetta that was in the back. I bring it up and unload my company command squad in there. They're the ones that have the 4 plasma guns, so I'm going to just go try shooting at that squad. And then I just spread out the stormtroopers. Over here on the left, my Lehman Russ makes pretty short work of that assault squad on the left. The strength 10 AP2 large blast plus the plasma cannons, so that's no good for any Marine. So they're toast. Over here, I think I shot my executioner at this at the Storm Raven, so we're just going back and forth shooting. I only managed to get a cannot shoot result though, which I guess is okay because there's no guys in there, so we can't really deploy anything out of it anyway. So he can just move. During the shooting phase with these two squads, the Stormtroopers with their AP3 las guns plus the plasma guns made quick work of the Librarian squad. And so this is an overview of the board after my turn 3. At this point, my opponent, he figured he might as well just concede since he was almost tabled by the end of turn 3. But like I said, it was one of his first time playing Blood Angels, and Blood Angels without transports against mech-heavy Imperial Guard with lots of AP2 blasts. You know, it's not going to be good for anyone. So here's an overview of the board. I think I have one more picture here. Yeah, so I did manage to blow up the Storm Raven with my Hydra autocannons and the Dreadnought in the bottom with those guardsmen finally. So on the board he has a drop pod left, the Predator in the top right, and that's it. So for kill points, I got all of his. He managed to blow up my Chimera and my Vendetta. And I believe, yeah, I think that's, yeah. Oh yeah, he blew up both Chimeras, so 2 Chimeras and a Vendetta, so he got 3 out of that. Otherwise, it was a pretty fun game. You know, obviously this is a really competitive Imperial Guard list. Like, this is something you would take to tournaments. So it's not, you know, all infantry armies can be really fun. I take them occasionally, but nothing beats having a bunch of tanks with a bunch of guns. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. There will be another 40K battle report coming up here soon.